Hey guys, Animates here, and welcome to the Roblox series. Today, I'm here in BLOXBURG to challenge myself by making a 2x2 bedroom in BLOXBURG. So let's begin. So first, I'm going to start marking off by how big I want it to be, which is 2x2, so 1, 2, and then just doing the other side, so 1, 2. Now, I'm going to keep this little square open so it can be easier to place the items. I had actually got this YouTube idea by one of my recommendations on YouTube, but they were doing a 1x1 room, and that's a little difficult. I might do it, but not this video. So I'm going to start off by layering my floors. I made a YouTube short about that. You should probably watch it. And I'm just going to layer my floors once, and then this is the second layer, and then I'm about to do the third. All right, so now what I'm about to do is color the walls. Now I'm going to go for like just a lily white. I like to do planks as my texture, so I'm going to do vertical planks. I despise those vertical planks. Use the polished ones. They look way much better, I'm telling you.
Kicking a little bit.
So I'm just going to color each wall lily white, and then I want this to kind of be a baby room because this room is way too small to be an actual functional room. So instead, I'm just going to use and make it a baby room. So I'm going to make the wall trim a nice fog color. It looks like baby blue in my eyes, but it's fog. So I'm going to make the wall trim fog, and I'm also going to use the baseboard wall trim fog as well. Now this room looks like a closet, so I'm going to try to find some windows that actually fit this room. I'm used to doing nice modern windows, but this room doesn't really fit big, tall, floor to ceiling windows. So this one will do, and then I'm just going to resize it from here. One of my favorite game passes in the game is advanced placement. I don't know how I even went almost a whole year without advanced placement. Advanced placement is one of the most useful game passes you will use, I'm telling you. I'm going to place this window right in the middle of the room. And now I'm just going to place some curtains around it so it doesn't look too basic. I really like these clear curtains. It feels like they go well with bedrooms, living rooms, community areas, stuff like that. Now this right here was the exact moment that I realized that baby cribs are not in the beds category. They're actually in babies and kids. So if you didn't know that, now you know. Because I had glanced over it, didn't see cribs, and then I looked over in babies and kids, and lo and behold, I actually see it.
Hi everybody.
This moment right here is really when I had to start collecting myself and started rethinking my life decisions, but I had to keep on because I already started recording. But I did end up finding the crib, so I'm going to grab it and then place it right about here near the window. But then I decided to place it horizontally rather than vertically. Now I'm going to turn the bed the other way because I don't know why, but it just feels right for the pillow to be facing the right side. Now I'm just going to recolor it because that dark green was absolutely hideous. I'm very particular about which colors I use, so I didn't want to make it to look ugly. So now I'm about to place a pillow in the baby's crib, and then I realized that you can't place pillows in baby cribs. So instead what I did was grab the best friend of mine, the basic shape, and then just place it down, and here's what I'm about to do. I'm about to resize it to about the size of the crib. I did make it a bit too long, and it does stick out of the room a little bit, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, it's a 2x2 box. You can't really make a 2x2 box look good. This is me trying to get the perfect measurements. By the way, y'all, I do have Transform Plus. I'm not going to place it too high because if I do, it's going to look a little boxy. So I'm going to bring it low. Now I'm just going to recolor it. For this whole entire room, I'm trying to go for lighter colors because if you've ever been inside a nursery or a baby room, you notice that there's more lighter colors than darker colors, so you don't really see colors like gray or black. This is when I wondered how it would look on the other wall and then instantly regretted it because, as you can see, there's a random floating basic shape and I did not really feel like moving that. This is when I wanted to place something in the baby's bed, so I'm just going to place a random pacifier because why not? And then I realized that the pacifier is actually like microscopic. I didn't even see it after I placed it. This room could use a little bit more wall decor, so I'm going to place some wall decor. So I'm going to go head over to storage and just use some basic shelves. I'm not trying to go all out for this build because it's a 2x2 room. So on the shelf, I'm just going to place some toys. I'm going to place about 3 of these shelves, so I just want to make sure it's aligned before I start placing it. So here's the second one, and then there's the third one. And here's me realigning the shelf, making sure it's all even with all the other ones. I want to add some toys on this shelf, so I'm going to add this Susan Joyner doll. And I'm going to move it over, and next to the Susan doll, I'm going to add a Tom doll. I'm going to align them so they're nice and close together because we all know that Susan and Tom have some type of relations going on. At this point, I was just placing anything and everything. So right now, I'm just placing some ABC blocks. Then I was wondering how it would look placing Tom and Susan, and then I just decided they should just go near the blocks, so that's what I did. Place some binoculars. I don't know what a baby would do with binoculars, but why not add them? I actually had to rewatch this a couple times because I did not realize that the binoculars kind of just disappeared and I didn't even notice. So instead of binoculars, I'm just going to place a random toy car. And as you can see, the top shelf is done.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa. That's too bad!
Next, I'm going to move on to the middle shelf. And as I said before, I'm just looking in babies and kids to find anything and everything to put on these shelves. So I just put a random Box and Blocks toy and didn't even bother rotating it. Now I'm just going to add a bottle of bubbles, which now thinking about it, it doesn't really sound smart to put that there.
Wait a minute.
But at least it's up high so the baby can't really get to it. I'm going to place this piggy bank. Now I was going to be lazy at first and just leave it as is, but then I realized it didn't really look right that way, so I decided to rotate it. The last thing I'm going to add on this shelf is some molding dough, so I'm just going to clone it and add a few. And right here, I'm just recoloring the molding dough. I was not really fond on making one of them blue because half the room is blue, so instead I'm just going to make it yellow and green. And there we have it, the middle shelf is done. Now I'm going to move on to the last one and just add some random stuff on it as I've been doing already. Here I'm adding a toy cash register, and how many of you guys actually remember seeing toy cash registers like this in school? Because I do. I'm just adding a baby rattle right here. I don't want to make it too close to the cash register so it can still be visible. And next to the cash register and baby rattle, I'm just going to add a dollhouse. And there we have it, the bottom shelf is done. I'm going to zoom out a little bit, and then this was when I realized that that wall kind of looked a little basic. Now, I'm just going to add a random painting right here and just change it later on. I'm just going to pick a random painting. I'm not trying to go all out. And as you can see right here, I'm resizing the painting because I'm telling you guys, one of the best game passes is advanced placement. Here, I was about to start on the other wall, but then I realized the wall across from it was a little bit unfinished, so I decided to add one of those toy cubby storage things. I did want to add a little bit more on the other wall, so I decided to move the crib forward a little bit and move the basic shape along with it. Fortunately, the pillow did move with the basic shape, so I didn't have to re-add it. After moving the bed, it gave me a lot more space to add just a few more things in that corner area. So I decided to add a canvas. I saw this train and then I really wanted to add it because I did finally have enough tickets to get the train, and this train did remind me of the one I bought with my tickets. I was thinking about adding the banana, but I'm so happy I didn't because the banana is really big, and not only this, but that banana is actually like really hideous, and you really can't make it look good, as you can see. If you can make the banana look good in Bloxburg, please let me know. Now I'm just adding a little baby chair so the baby can sit down while they're painting. Here I'm just adding a carpet and resizing it because, as you can see, the carpet took up almost half the room. And I wanted to go for a texture that also matched the baby theme in the room, so I decided to go with elephants. Now I need something to go on this empty wall right here. I was going to add this changing table, but then I realized that changing table is too big and you wouldn't really have enough space to get to the canvas. So instead I added this kid's wardrobe and kind of put it towards the corner. And now I'm just re-adding the items. I didn't like that there wasn't a lot of space between the wardrobe and the bed, so I decided to turn it around and put it on the bed instead. Yes, I do know that the canvas and chair was blocking that little area and I did move it. This is when I started decorating the other wall in the room. I was going to add a random decoration, but then I realized that since this is a baby's room, you should have more friendly decorations. So I decided to add this happy star. Just the big sun right above your face, because isn't that something you'll want to wake up to? And as I said earlier, this is me moving the items around so it's not blocking the wardrobe area. I wanted to add something on top of the wardrobe, so I just added a coloring set. And here's a tip: whenever you don't feel like doing something fancy with walls, instead of placing basic pictures, try to add pictures in a unique way. Like this way, I kind of added it in a staircase. Now we're in the home stretch, so right now I'm just coloring the wall so it can match the other ones. I didn't want to go all out for the door, so I just added a random basic door and made sure it wasn't blocking anything when you walk in. Now that I'm out of build mode, it will only be fitting if I changed into a baby for a baby room. So I'm going to crawl on over to the room and then just walk in. And then this was when I realized that I didn't add a roof or a light in this room, so I had to go out of build mode and change that. The light I'm going to use is the elderly ceiling lamp. A lot of people really don't like this light, but I feel that it looks good when you only use a certain amount. For this room, I'm only placing one, but if you were to place it in a bigger room with a bunch of them, it wouldn't really look nice. So now it's time for the grand reveal, the 2x2 bedroom in BLOXBURG. Let's go ahead and take a look. So when you first walk in, you are greeted with the bed, the painting, all the play stuff. And as I move my camera more around, I see the canvas, the chair, and also the unique paintings. Now I was going to change the decals, but I completely forgot. I mean, you can't blame me. If I forgot to put lights and a roof, of course I'm going to forget the decals. But I do really like this room. Some people might find it a certain way, but I really like this room. I think it will actually look really nice in a house. For a 2x2 room, I'm so happy it didn't turn out too cramped, and I'm happy I also opted for a baby room rather than an actual room, because if this was an actual room, I wouldn't be able to fit a thing. I'll probably only be able to fit a bed, and that's it. But that's all I have to say. Thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to subscribe for more BLOXBURG challenges, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.